video for you. And what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to do a real quick review of Yorkshire classic guitars. They're not paying me. This is not paid. They are just somebody who's followed the channel and they've left a couple really nice comments and likes on the videos and sub to the channel. And I want to try to help them, take care of them. And by doing so, now you obviously probably don't own a guitar store as well, but you might own a small business, or you might be a social media marketer yourself. Anyhow, these tips could affect a lot of people and help a lot of people. So I wanted to do this video for them, just shooting from the hip, and try to give them an idea of some out-of-the-box things that they could do or try to improve their marketing. So that's what we're going to do. And thanks, guys, over at Yorkshire for taking care of or blessing the YouTube channel and being active on there and everything. So let's get into it. Let's look at the website first real quick. And so I notice here, you know, it's a good, decent website. You've got a link to the Facebook channel, Twitter, Google Plus, and email, it looks like. And so my first thought on that, and again, this is all shooting from the hip, right? So I'm making this up as I go. But if you were hiring me as your marketing consultant or full-time marketing guy, and I sat down and was looking at your page, the first thing I'm going to think about, I don't know if Google Plus has been helpful for you at all, or Twitter. I haven't gone and looked at your Twitter feed. You know what? Let's go look at your Twitter feed. All right, Steve. So 4 followers, 37 tweets. We're not doing much on Twitter, which is fine. I'm not knocking that. Here's the point I'm going to get at, though. Facebook is good, especially because just about everybody and their mama's on Facebook. And probably your demographic who could afford expensive classic guitars is going to be on Facebook. And the advertising on Facebook is really strong. So I'm all for Facebook. I think I would not be necessarily doing Twitter. I would focus more on things that are visual and audio. That is what your business is about, audio and a guitar, right? A good looking, good sounding guitar. So YouTube would be my top priority, YouTube and Facebook together. I might add in Instagram because you can do both audio and video, so and picture. So those would be my top 3 choices. Definitely I would be doing Facebook and YouTube. Maybe the Instagram. I'm not so big on Google Plus, Twitter. Now again, we haven't talked. I haven't got any information from you. I don't know if your city is actually big on Google Plus, right? That could be. Or you're part of some group on Google Plus that's been helped you find sales. So I'm strictly speaking from a 30,000 mile viewpoint, right? And then I think I saw the blog. So I went to the blog. Let's jump over and look at that as well. Now there's a little bit of, I like it because it's informational. But again, this man is selling a guitar. You got to get into the mind of your customers, and they want to see, touch, hear that. The blog might have been a good idea a little while ago, and even still today to a degree, if you were trying to just make sure there was keywords in these articles so that you got a high ranking on Google, good SEO, got people back to the website. You were easier to find when people local to you, near Leeds or something, Googled about guitar shops, you might pop up in the top. That might have been a good technique, might still be an okay technique. But rather than putting energy in Twitter, Google Plus, or a blog, all my energy would be going into predominantly YouTube, and then again Facebook. So I know I'm kind of being repetitive. Now you can have Google Plus, Twitter, every other social media set up if you want, but there's a lot of automated softwares, if this then that type of softwares, and that's a whole nother class we can get into. But that type of stuff, so I'm going to post on Facebook, but every time I post on Facebook, it automatically tweets it for me. It automatically posts it to my Instagram. It automatically puts it in all these places. That way I'm not spending time on it or making real content for those extra layers of social media that may not be really impactful for my type of customer base. So I would focus on YouTube's going to be my biggie. We're going to spend a lot of time in this video on YouTube. Here's the other thing I wanted you to see. You see this little Facebook helper installed that I have installed on my Chrome bar here. So if you read that, Facebook filter has access to the site. If we click on that, no pixels found on this website. So you've got to have a Facebook pixel put on your website. I got a free course I just put up on Teachable about some basics of using a pixel. But basically, if you pay for Facebook traffic, right, you're going to run ads on Facebook. It's somewhat expensive. It's getting really competitive now. But a warm lead, someone who's already been to your website, it's cheaper and it's a warm lead. It's more cost effective to run ads to them. So if you're getting 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 visitors to your website a month, you're letting these people come and go. You're not collecting an email from them. You're not getting a Facebook pixel to track them so you can retarget them with ads or anything else. It's almost like letting someone walk into Yorkshire Classical Guitars brick and mortar building and not greeting them, not asking them how they're doing. Were they looking for anything in particular? It's really just kind of ignoring them. So think of it that way. You want to have that pixel so somebody, at least, if not you, if that's too advanced, can run some ads to some really warm leads, people who are already interested in what you got going on. So I definitely would be adding a pixel to the site. That's huge. If we go over and look at the Facebook website, when I jumped on here the first time, Facebook page, I'm sorry, there was an automated thing that came up, and then I chose one of the things, and then I got a live person, it looks like, responded to me possibly the next day. Now, I know we're on different time zones, and you guys were sleeping at that time. And this is great. I like that you're doing this. One thing I might do is that automated pop-up with whatever people click, you can have like a frequently asked questions type of choices like you kind of did for me. But when they click it, there's ways to set up the automated responses that are really simple. Have the automated response come back and say, what's the popular guitar right now, or this or that. And then if it's beyond that, then you can get back to them. But that way you create a little bit of interaction with them. And we go deeper into that too, maybe in another video if people have questions about it, comment below about it. So if you want to know more about the automated software, or the if, then, and that stuff, or Messenger, any of that stuff. Sorry guys, I'm tired. I've worked a long day today, but I'm going to get this done for you, man. But yeah, I just might put some automated replies in there. Be something to consider or think about, right? Because when somebody hits that button or on your page and you're looking at stuff, the more information we can provide to them right now, the better. Because people are emotional buyers a lot of times, and man, they go out searching for something on the internet and they get really curious and they start reading reviews and they want to get that satisfaction, that gratification of purchasing now. So we want to get them as much information as fast as possible. So that's why I would consider that. Now, something else, just as a reminder, if you haven't seen it, I think I have a video up of it. If not, you can run ads as far as Facebook, and we're going to end, this will be the last thing I say on Facebook. You can run ads to certain areas, cities, addresses, and certain miles, kilometers around that address. So just keep in mind, sorry I got interrupted there. So you can run messages to a certain address, exact address, and then so many kilometers or miles out from that address. So I might recommend you look at music concerts or music shows or something that's going on that might be related to your business. So there's a local show going on. So rather than you having to go there or set up a table or anything like that, maybe you're busy, maybe you're out of town that night, you can set an ad up to run around that concert on that night, talking about your guitars or talking about your competition or showing one of your YouTube videos, talking about that particular artist, how they carried this particular guitar. There's so many things you can do with that. I'm actually, if we jump over here, this is another software from Royalty that I'm using, and I'm running an ad right now for somebody, a music artist, actually, hip hop artist, um, around their hometown, saying, kind of support your hometown musician, right? And then I kind of put in your guys' address here, what I found on the website. And then, as you can see, we went out 10 kilometers. You can bring it in, make it a little smaller. But if there's a concert going on over here in Leeds, or there's some type of guitar convention show or class going on in South Cave, or maybe your biggest competitor is right here in Darton, I mean, you can run an ad right around there that says, don't buy a guitar until you've talked to us over here. There's so many things you can do with that on Facebook and different softwares that have that available. So just keep that in mind, that that's something you can do, as well as targeting birthdays and all kinds of other things that I already have other videos up of. So now let's talk about YouTube. There's so many things that go into YouTube, and I'm really passionate about it right now because it's only been really this last year that I'm starting to figure out the power in YouTube, being the biggest search engine. It's owned by Google and all the things that it can do. Super powerful platform. Every year I'm getting more excited about it, and I'm really on a kick right now for it. So I'm making a lot of videos about it right now, courses about it right now. I'm studying it to death right now. And there's so many things you got to understand about it, right? So this isn't easy. This isn't just uploading some videos. People upload some videos. They try 12 videos. They get 6 views, 2 views, 4 views, 19 views. Nothing happens. Doesn't really work out for them, and they stop. And that's very common with businesses. But it takes a lot of skills. You got to know about thumbnails, creating good thumbnails, writing copy, using proper tags, doing keyword research, how to create good titles, a lot about the SEO. Man, so much that I've learned this year that I've not done on my own channel, or I've not known about, or I've hadn't had time to implement. But stay tuned. Watch what happens to my channel over this next year with everything that I've been learning and picking up. There's ways to create backlinks, just like SEO, to a website, to your YouTube videos, to get the ranking up, to get the views up, the algorithm up. So your biggest question is probably going to be, besides doing all that, and I'm working on videos and courses and stuff for that as well, provide that information to you guys. Like, man, what kind of videos would I kind of get stuck on that? So I'm going to just shotgun out a big list of stuff real quick that I thought about. Now, again, I don't know anything about your industry, even guitars. I've never played a guitar. I don't play musical instruments. So I don't know the verbiage, the jargon, or a lot of the thought process goes into it. If obviously you was a paying client, I'd have to do the research and understand that. But as a freebie, unfortunately, you get stuck with just my ignorance on that. I would say focus on educational videos. So there's so many different directions that you can go with that, right? The methods of how the guitars are made, maybe the history of a certain brand of guitar, a certain guitar maker, how to play it obviously is a pretty simple one. What are the differences in guitars? I don't know. What is the difference between a $400 or $500 guitar and a $2,000 guitar? Is there a big difference? Why is the cost difference there? Talk about what those little differences are that make such a huge difference in the value. You said that you had people come in, they usually spend about 3 hours in your shop looking at these guitars. They set private appointments, right? What do you talk about in those 3 hours, right? So make videos about that, the things that you cover with them, the benefits, the things you're trying to sell them on when they come in. Don't make a 3-hour video, but make, multiple 5, 10, 15-minute videos covering those type of topics. What are some good accessories? Interview the president of one of the guitar companies that you really like, you sell a lot for, or their marketing director. Let's see what else. I got a list here. I just jotted down real quick before jumping on here to the film. Interview the person who hand makes them. Are there certain guitars that are handcrafted or handmade by a famous person? Can you interview them? Interview somebody who can pick the heck out of that guitar, and then have them do a little session at the end and talk about what makes it so special. Can you do a video on which guitar is best for recording sessions? Which one's best for small acoustic gigs in a pub? Which is best for large live audience shows? Is there a guitar that's good for country music versus Spanish love ballads that you get a certain sound from. Again, I don't know these things, but if these things exist, you need to be teaching people how to uncover that. It may be common sense to you because you've been in the industry so long, but talk to sometimes like a complete beginner like myself, or like your customer who's come in, you're spending 3 hours with. When you make that video, talk directly to them and explain things to them. Talk to the people about running a guitar store if you want, how you've been successful with that, how you got online sales up to 30%. Be a resource for other guitar shop owners, right? Don't be a competitor, man. Be the guy they look to. Do a video on what's the top 5 guitars in the world. What's the most expensive guitar in the world? What's the most expensive guitar in our shop? What's the most expensive guitar I've ever played? Talk about it or play it. What to look for in a high-end guitar when somebody comes shopping. What are the top 5 strings or picks or cases in the world? Talk about accessories, right? Is there something that makes strings better, makes picks better? Talk about that. What's the 10 or 20 or 50 point inspection on a guitar that people need to do when they invest in an expensive guitar like this? What's the most expensive accessories? What's the 5 worst guitars? Stay away from these. 5 mistakes when traveling with a guitar. You've invested $2,000 in this guitar. You got to learn how to truly protect it, right? What's the best case for guitars? There's another video on that. Do an unboxing. When you get a new beautiful guitar in, man, I want to share this with everybody. Watch this. You open it up, show them how awesome it is, all the things that make you drool over it. What's so special about it? What's the most beautiful guitar you've seen or you have? What's the top 5 choices in buying a guitar between $1,000 and $2,000? Like, limit the budget. Now watch this. Top 5 choices, top 3 choices in buying a guitar between $1,000 and $2,000 in 2019. Now every year you get to recycle that video, right? Top 5 choices now between $2,000 and $5,000, or between $2,000, $5,000 and 2019, right? Top 5 guitars over $5,000 in value. Choosing a budget guitar, so go the other direction. Who is your typical customer? I don't know. We haven't done an intake interview, right? You're not a paying client. So again, I'm shooting from the hip. I hope this is helpful. But maybe it's a studio musician you're going to end up telling me. Then I'm going to say, make a video on how to choose a studio. How do you qualify a good sound engineer? What should you pay for studio time? What should you pay for mixes and masters? Do you know something like trick of the trade? Can you record at the local studio and you should only pay this, but then send the WAV file to my guy in Spain who will master it professionally, and he's awesome, but for 25% of the cost you would pay locally. So little things like that you might be aware of, that you can teach people. And if you don't know these things, you don't want to be on camera, you could do a presentation slides. So I could take my face out of this right here and just have good presentations, interactive slides going on, right? Or I could delegate to have other people teach it. I could have the local musician, the local studio owner, the local sound engineer come in and do these classes, the local guitar maker, one of my sales reps. People like to talk about their business. People like to talk about their passions. People like to talk about themselves. Give opportunities to others. I've got the course by Ty Lopez on social media marketing, and this guy charged $1,000 for the course, and he's not the teacher, right? He is in all the videos when he's promoting it, but then he just does some introductions and some philosophical stuff. But he had somebody that was an expert in Twitter come in and do the Twitter section, an SEO expert do the SEO section, a Facebook ads guy do the Facebook section. He delegated it out to experts in each of the field, to the point that I'm not sure he knows how to do any of that stuff, right? But he was smart enough to delegate it out to someone who was an expert in the field. So you can do that as well. Does your customer need Spotify streams or YouTube listens? Do they need to learn how to market their music? Is that what they're really lacking? Exposure? If so, let's partner up, right? I'll create a course for them, give you the affiliate rights. We'll split the money 50-50. If you got a big email list, we could have fun with that. Do people finance instruments that are $2,000, $4,000, $5,000? I mean, through a company other than a credit card? Is there actually small loan or personal loan place or a local bank that you've sent customers to that've done that, work out a deal with them. Hey, if I make a video talking about how to finance guitars at our shop and put a link to your financial company, can I get a cut? Can I get a percentage of that? Plus, you get the guitar sale. It's a win-win, right? Even if you don't get a cut, provide the information, serve your customers, give them the best that you can, and you still sell a guitar at the end of the day, right? This is all really my philosophy is for most people is learn, do, teach, right? So learn. Whenever you learn something new about your guitars, learn how to do a new pick, learn something new about engineering, learn something new about marketing or your business, then jump and you're able to do it and implement it and you believe in it, jump on YouTube and make a video and share it with people. Become that resource that people look to. So I'm done with YouTube. I challenge you to do YouTube, get 100 videos up as fast as you can, get to 100 subs as fast as you can. Those are the two important things. Once you reach 100 subs, don't cheat, don't buy them, do the work, get 100 subs, then it starts snowballing. It becomes a lot easier then. Get 100 videos up. I'm working on that now. I haven't even done that, but my mentor telling me that makes a huge difference as well. So get right on that. Don't worry about quality of the videos. Look, man, I don't even have a mic right now. I'm using a laptop camera. Most of my videos are this way. Everything's been recorded on a phone or laptop. I don't have an expensive DSLR. I did have a good mic, but I ain't going to whine about that. I got to get another one. And then just as you make your first video, right, it's going to be crap. Look at it and say, what's one thing we can do better on the next video? Second video, try to implement that one improvement. Watch it when it's on YouTube and say, what's something we could do to improve on that video? Do that every time you do a video. Time you get 100 videos done, you're going to be a master. You're going to be an expert, better than me. So just follow that process. So the next thing I would think about doing is some type of competition. So you could do an online competition, a giveaway, something like that, where somebody could win studio time, they could win lessons, they could win free accessories, they could win even an expensive guitar. There's a lot of ways to do this, but it's something I would look into. It's a great way to build followers on social media. It's a great way to build your email list as well as brand awareness. So you could do something like, come in, record a video playing one of our expensive guitars, and post it. We'll post it on our Facebook page. Whoever gets the most likes and shares on their video wins this $500 package, this $100 package, whatever it is. Make it grand, make it huge, make it big, because people want to be really invested in it. And you can easily build an email list of 1,000 or grow your Facebook page. There's a bunch of, again, we can't get into all the details on how to do this stuff properly. I just want you to start thinking about some approaches you might want to take. Later, you can dig into that with somebody on how to actually do it. But I've done this with restaurants especially, and it's very, very powerful to build a 1,000-person email list really fast on people who might be interested in your stuff. So I would probably do, I would maybe not do the Facebook thing. You want to get people that are interested in guitars, not people that are just supporting their artist. So scratch that. But some type of competition would definitely work. Spotify. Can you create a Spotify playlist, right? Yorkshire Guitars playlist. Run some ads for a while on it. Europe's the biggest Spotify users of all countries, right? That part of the world. So run some Facebook ads, some different ads on different platforms. Get yourself 5,000 or 10,000 followers, and then start letting artists know about your list. Like, if you get on Yorkshire's Spotify list, man, you're going to get 1,500 spins, 1,500 streams a month, 5,000 streams a month, 10,000 streams a month, whatever you're able to build up and qualify. Makes you another authority in music. Or if you know people who are using your specific type of guitar, build a Spotify list, and let's say it's the Acme guitar, the Acme guitar playlist, right? And only put songs in it that these, even at the professional, that these famous artists are using those guitars, so people can listen and hear the difference. You're educating them on who uses the guitar and how it sounds, right? Charitable event. So You can do it online, you can do it offline. Some type of auction of a guitar, some type of concert, other type of live event. Why do you want to do it? Almost same reason as a competition, but number one, because it's the right thing, right? Let's give, man. Let's make a difference somewhere. It's the right thing to do. But again, it helps you build followers. It helps you build an email list. It helps you get brand awareness. It's easy to send that over to the local paper and get something published about it and get people talking about it and get people supporting in it. So that's another great idea if you're not doing it. Concert ticket giveaways. If you know somebody that's a great guitar player is coming to your part of town or Leeds or somewhere nearby, then you can do the same thing, kind of a competition or a giveaway. Build followers, build your email list, build brand awareness. You love music, you love guitars, you love guitar players, then support what you love. Get people interested in it, get people invested in it. Yeah, it's not your concert, yeah, it's not your show, but that's what you're about, is music and guitars. So send somebody to it, let them enjoy the night, right? Or send it to something like that. Same thing that radios do, right? They give, radio stations give away concert tickets because they're about music and radios and supporting the artist. You want to be the same way. Maybe the artist will do something with you because you're buying tickets, giving away, and supporting them. A lot of these small touring artists, especially, are looking for every promo event that they can get into, any type of advertisement. So the fact that you're buying up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 tickets for them and giving them away and giving them some free publicity on Facebook and stuff, maybe they'll do a quick interview with you. All right, man. So I'm gonna jump back out of the slides and on the website here, and I'm gonna try to give you two ones that'll get you a little bit of free publicity and have some fun. And that's what we're looking for. The more backlinks, the more publicity, the more awareness, and the more fun we can have with this stuff, the better it's going to be. So I would go over to Fiverr, join up on Fiverr. I would create a gig and charge people 5, 10, 15, 25, 50, whatever's feasible, to write them a love song and record it for them. If you got a musician, I don't know, maybe you're a musician, a singer, maybe you've got somebody in house, maybe you got a local artist and you tell them, hey, I'll pay you $25 if you come down here and sing a little ditty for somebody and just add their name in it. You can, use one love song and just switch out the name of the girl or the guy every time you do it. You could do it for Mother's Day. You could do it for Valentine's Day, Sweetest Day. Anybody just want birthdays, anybody wants to send something, right? So you can just record a song, sing it to, hey, Jimmy wanted me to sing this song to you. He wrote the lyrics himself, and then just do it away, right? Or you can have them come down, something. Anyhow, use a Fiverr gig, write a song for them, price it out. There's a bunch of examples here. Then send that over to your local newspaper. Okay, local guitar shop now offering love ballads you can send to your wife on her anniversary or send to your significant other on Valentine's Day, right? Free publicity about the guitar shop. Run a Facebook ad, show everybody that you're doing that. Put it on your YouTube channel. It's just going to get a lot of awareness out there, and it's going to be fun, and you might make a couple bucks. This ain't going to change your store by any means. On the same token, this same line of thinking, if you jump over to Airbnb, they have something beyond just renting homes. They have where you can now pay for experiences. And so in your neck of the woods, there's already people offering some type of experiences. So, it's a doable thing. Again, you'll have to figure out the copywriting, the pricing, and all that type of stuff. There's a lot of people doing stuff over here, it looks like. So you could have somebody come in and play a $5,000 guitar for an hour, right? They've never been able to put their hands on one. You could offer some type of recording. I don't know if you have recording studio stuff there, some type of experience there. Make a video, make a rock video or a music video for them if you've got somebody in your shop who's a good video editor and filmer. I will come out and serenade or just play love songs on the guitar while you and your date picnic. You can come into the store. We will provide a bottle of wine in a private room, and sit and pick the guitar and play the music for you guys live. You can come up with some type of experience, um, or give them the history of guitars or whatever you want to do, a music lesson from a famous person, whatever you can think of, but add that, and you'll again send it to your local newspaper outlet, write a press release, send it out everywhere around there, run ads on it, let people know that you're doing it. And right away, people aren't going to react to these things. But when Valentine's Day and the birthday and the anniversary rolls around, they're going to say, oh, who was that I read in the paper that's doing that? And then they're going to go look for it, or they're going to tell their brother or sister or friend about it. Um, so that's it. That's mostly quick ideas that I had for you. Man, I hope that not only you at Yorkshire Classical Guitar found this helpful, but anybody that watches this video, as we hear these things and we think outside the box and we brainstorm a little bit, and you say, I didn't even know that was possible, that you can use one or two or multiple ideas of what I talked about here today and be a real blessing to your business and increase your presence, increase your brand awareness, and increase your return on investment, right? Make some money. So it definitely can be done for you with some Facebook and some YouTube. Do a charitable event, run some competitions, give away some tickets, build you a Spotify list, create a Fiverr gig and an Airbnb gig. So there's a lot of ideas, and hopefully one of them you love and you can utilize. But worst case scenario, if you hated them all or you can't use them all, it at least calls you and your team to think about something outside the box that you can use. So that's what I hope happened for you today. Again, I appreciate your support of the channel. I appreciate the likes, the sub, the comments that you've left for us. And I hope this is a real blessing to you. Anything else I can do, let us know. All right, guys.